Hey, okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I was clicking buttons and things like that. Guys, welcome to Drag and Drive News, April 8th, presented by Summit Racing. Today's episode is going to be a good one. Let's kick this thing off with the opening to the show, and then let's get started. All right. First off, I want to congratulate our race car friends. Actually, two of our race car friends. Sweet Patina products are now offered through Summit Racing. So, congratulations to the team at Sweet Patina. Love those guys. You know, they are the sponsor for Built for Drag and Drive, which is a segment we do here on the news, which we actually have here in just a moment, featuring one of my good friends' cars that he's bringing to the circuit. And then today's episode, we're going to talk about the winners of Southeast Street-N-Yeet, the spring edition, which I know we had discussed earlier in a show that maybe they wouldn't do a fall episode or a fall event, but Devin in the text message yesterday said they got big changes coming for the fall event, and he's going to be on Wednesday night to talk about all that kind of stuff and a recap of the event and all that. So that's kind of exciting. And then Jesse Fox is coming on here momentarily, probably in the next 8 or 9 minutes after the Built for Drag and Drive by Sweet Patina segment. And then we have the Howard's Cams comedy segment at the end and have a ton of good automotive car related to automotive car. Dude, listen, it's early. I was woken up by a phone call from Lonnie Tibbs talking about the world champion. Drag and Drive World Champion presented by Drag and Drive Addiction and Summit Racing. Y'all, that was like a 30-minute conversation as I woke up. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that gets me up and running faster in the morning than Drag and Drive conversations, especially the World Champion. Dude, it's going to be nuts, man. It is going to be nuts. Talking with Lonnie has been awesome. We have a few more racers and I don't know, tech guys and things like that that we're waiting to hear back for some feedback on the rules and point series. And once we get those back, we're full steam ahead. We have a meeting with Summit scheduled for next week. So I'm really excited to get this out here. I know we've been talking about it for a couple weeks, but guys, we've been working on it for a couple months. So just hang tight with us. Eric has produced some hilarious memes. Did you post one last night?
I did not post one.
Okay, so it's coming today then.
I got one for today, and I've got a couple in queue
Yes.
for once the rules get dropped. I've got a couple more already ready. So
Yes. Well, that's perfect. Well, I'm excited. Well, if you guys don't know, and this is your first time here, my name is Mike Narks. I run dragandrive.com and the Drag and Drive Addiction brand with the Drag and Drive News and Drag and Drive Show and the Drag and Drive podcast, which I edited down most of the Wednesday night episode last night. Eric, introduce yourself to them.
I am Eric White. I run 815 LSX Swaps and Motorsports Paparazzi.
Awesome. All right. So here's the deal. If you guys are new again, we run this on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And then the Drag and Drive Show, which is a long format 2-hour episode on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I know you guys are seeing us wearing all of our hoodies and hat and all that kind of stuff. You can pick up your merch at dragandrive.com/shop if you want to rep and support the channel. And we're going to be at the circuit. We're going to have merch at the circuit. I'm really pumped about that. It's going to be really cool to actually, see the truck with stuff that has Drag and Drive Addiction on it. So that is not the only event that we will be attending this year. Dude, you want to pull up some event date stuff and we'll go over some of that?
Yep.
All right. So obviously I talked about the circuit, guys. That is my event, the one that I host and promote. We are 6 days from that event. I'm really, really anxious about that event. And then Cruise and Lose, Lincoln, Nebraska, April 21st and 22nd. Couple days after that, I didn't do day count because I didn't have time this morning. Carolina Drag Cruise is May 10th. I did see a post yesterday that they still have a few spots available for Carolina Drag Cruise. I'll let you get caught up to it. There we go. Perfect. And then King of the Open Road, we had Jared Holt on, who is the promoter for that event or those events. I guess not that event, those events.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Did it again.
well, hey, that's all right. Carolina Drag Cruise, a few more spots. King of the Open Road, May 27th and 28th. They have sold 170 of their 250 spots available, so that's awesome. And then Sick Summer is June 5th in it starts at Cordova, is that right?
Yep.
Yep. Sweet. I can't see the writing on that there. And then Rocky Mountain Race Week, which I missed on Wednesday night, June 23rd, and I think they start at Great Bend. And then Summit Racing Midwest Drags July 10th. Y'all, this is the busy season right here. We have what's that, 2, 4, 6, 7 events before July 10th. So pretty wild to think that in the next 13 weeks we have 7 events. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
yeah, I'm excited. So obviously with some family stuff last week, I didn't go live every morning with a daily dose of drag and drive with updates from the day before. For Southeast Street-N-Yeet, I intend to do that obviously with the circuit and Cruise and Lose and any event moving forward. If I am home and able, my plan would be to again jump on 7:45 a.m. or 8:45 a.m. Eastern and go through kind of the previous day's updates. So we've talked about racers being on site or photographers being on site for the Drag and Drive Addiction brand if we're not going to be able to be there. And so we'll interview with those. We'll not interview, we'll talk with those people and all that kind of stuff as we move forward. So, all right, let me jump in here. Let me get my folder set up here for our Sweet Patina built for Drag and Drive segment. Got it. Sorry, I should have had it ready, but Eric and I were going through memes before we started all this, so we were looking to make sure they were funny, and they are. They're good ones. So the person we are featuring this week. Oh, am I frozen? Whew, there we go. I'm back. All right, perfect. Jonathan Stonecipher, as you know, I've said his name a ton. He is one of my favorite people in the entire world. I know I say that all the time, but if you don't know what the Sweet Patina built for Drag and Drive segment is, it is a feature of a racer or a car that is literally built for Drag and Drive. With that in mind, there's no better partner on that than Sweet Patina. Those guys drive their patinaed 57 wagon across the country. They've been to 48 states, 40,000 miles worth of driving on it. They just swapped a 6-liter and I think 4L80 into the car and intend to drive it a ton this year. They've been everywhere. So I should have put up a picture that I know the fans of this channel would love that car. If you haven't seen it yet, sweetpatina.com. It's their feature car there. They do build a ton of stuff and they have a ton of products like car wash soap, degreasers, interior conditioners. It's crazy. They have cleaning, they have apparel, which I'm wearing actually under my hoodie. I'm not going to take off right now, and a ton of like man cave type art. My favorite item, obviously, is the Sweet Patina TKO hand cleaning wipes. If you've watched any episode of anything we've ever done, these are very close by. Those are my favorite. They're a waterless wipe. You can literally use it anywhere. You can clean parts with it. I think that's probably one of the coolest things, and it works very, very well. So you can find those at sweetpatina.com, or like I said a few minutes ago, you can find it with your next order on summitracing.com. So love that. Love that they partnered up. It's really cool to have 2 of our race car friends joining forces. So it's exciting. All right. Jonathan Stonecipher's 4-door 83 Malibu here. Y'all, I'm telling you, I love this car. This car makes me want to build, after we get rid of the cart, which is soon, I'm going to do something like this. Maybe it's another Crown Vic chassis or something like that, but I'm going to do something similar to this. He's bringing the car out for the second year at the circuit next weekend. Last year was a good time. It was just a super mild big block combo, but he has pulled the naturally aspirated combo out, LS combo out of his 72 Nova that ran low tens, and has put it in this car. So it did burnouts before. Now it's really going to do burnouts. Here's the Nova, and here's just one of the burnouts that Chris Story caught on camera. And you can see there's 3 dudes in there. That's how they rolled all weekend. I think they intend to do that again for 2023, the circuit. And this is probably my funnest part about Drag and Drive events is the gas station takeover. if Eric doesn't know yet, but this is the best part of it. So you can see the big block in here. Of course, carburetor setup. That's kind of Stoney's MO. But at the circuit 2022, it averaged a 13,549 in the quarter mile and just destroyed my old truck. Best pass of a 13,466. Should be a lot faster this year. And then he purchased his car just to be fun, low buck, haul around his buddies, do burnouts, all that kind of stuff. It's gone a different direction now, though. Of course, like everything he has, which Eric, when you meet him this next weekend, you're going to like him. He's going to be one of your favorite people too. Steven, my brother, added a huge anti-roll bar to the back of the car the other day, and he's having the drivetrain from a 10-second Nova into this. It won't be as fast as a Nova, obviously, because it's going to be heavier and not quite set up for drag racing like that car, but this car should be really, really fun. There are some videos, kind of walk around stuff on the channel you can find in the shorts. I'll lay those over when I do the cut down of this segment for like a standalone video for our Sweet Patina Built for Drag and Drive segment. But again, the Nova had a huge rowdy LS. It was a ton of fun. You can see, I don't think you can see Connor in the back seat there, but this is one of my favorite pictures taken by Wendy Martin at last year's circuit. And then this is my C10 truck. This is Stoney way out here. I don't know. I think it's a train. I think it may be a 2 bus links, something like that. It was absolutely pathetic. But the car squatted well, and I think he's fixing some of that this year. This car should be pretty fun. And then this is the whole group of people here. Love those guys. Love everybody that is going to be at the circuit this year. So anyways, that is our Built for Drag and Drive segment for this weekend. Again, brought to you by Sweet Patina. Love the guys. I love Tony and the Sweet Patina folks.
That's going to be a pretty cool car to check out because it's still got the kind of sleeper look to it, but
oh yeah,
then it shows up doing rolling burnouts.
Yeah, it's a big boy thing. Well, let's thank Molly for their support, and then we're going to bring Jesse Fox on. He's backstage, so here we go.
Molly Motorsports is the official piston of DragAndDrive.com. Molly's Power Pack piston is the perfect candidate for your drag and drive car. Molly Motorsports competes in drag and drive events and supports our community. Project manager Eric Grillo raced a 10-second stick shift Nova at Hot Rod Drag Week 2022. He's also competed in Rocky Mountain Race Week last year with his C10 truck. Visit mollymotorsports.com for the most recent line of products.
All right, dude. Jesse Fox, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Man, we are great, dude. It's a good morning. It's going to be exciting to talk to you about this. You were on site at Southeast Street-N-Yeet, which we're going to recap after this and talk about the racers who won and all that kind of stuff. So first off, introduce yourself and then tell everybody where they can find all of your content because you have a bunch that came out last week.
Yeah. My name is Jesse Fox. I am the owner of 3G Video LLC. We are a photography and videography company that does a lot of drag and drive and grid life events.
Mm-hmm.
I have YouTube at 3G Video. It's at 3G Video and everything. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You guys can go check that stuff out. Then I have my website. It is 3gvideo.net. That's where you can go and find all the pictures from the events that we post out. We'll be having photos from this last Street-N-Yeet come out probably next week. So
nice.
We'll be seeing the full set of those, and you'll be seeing them on Instagram and Facebook, some of the select ones and such. So
that's awesome.
Man, it is
been
good.
Well, dude, you tried to come on Wednesday night. Sorry, I'm going to blame it on us. Maybe my connection was bad because that's happened in the past before. Hey, is it your birthday today?
It was yesterday.
Wow, happy birthday, man. Sorry, I didn't know that.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I think Facebook said there were like 6 people's birthday, and I was like, nah, I ain't even going to mess with it. So I know that's bad, but that's awesome. Well, Duck Hunter TV says they are recovering from Street-N-Yeet, editing video now. Dude, walk us through kind of the week. I mean, are there, my questions, my first question, how's Benny?
He's doing good. Benny is good. Yeah, we ran the whole week, didn't really have any issues. Ran all the way down there, ran back. It's got a little bit of a miss, so trying to figure that out. I think I'm just going to swap some plugs in it. But, dude, we're doing good. Got the setup really good. I camp out of the car, so tell
folks that don't know what it is, what year and stuff.
It's a 1984 Volvo 245. That is the wagon version of a 240. It is blue. I lowered it a touch. We took
A touch. There's two coils left on those springs.
no, there's like four. No, we I put lowering springs on it, and it wasn't low enough, so we cut the lowering springs so that I could get it, where I like the stance.
Yep.
It's a little aggressive on the low, but I like it. So
It's so fun. And if you guys don't remember, I rode with Jesse and in Benny for Midwest Drag. So it was cool, man.
yeah.
Oh, Duck Hunter says his birthday was Thursday during Street-N-Yeet. That's pretty cool.
Cool, man.
All right. So we got that. Benny is awesome. And yes, you live out of it while you're on the road, which is so cool. I think it has motivated me to start looking at minivans. I don't think I could get,
There you go.
I need more space than what Benny would offer, but you make it work.
It's a little cramped sometimes, but I love being able to ride under the radar and stuff because like I can just park in a parking lot and camp the night and nobody knows I'm even there. So
that's right.
It's always kind of nice.
That's right. Well, what about some of your favorite cars of the week?
Oh, dude. Yeah. So there was a Malibu, the red one with the big wheels.
Yeah.
You've seen that thing is wild. Those guys have a riot with it.
Yes.
They race it on big wheels a lot of the times. They tried like 3 different setups throughout the whole week. So like I don't know if they were really caring about how fast they went because they got to one attraction where it's like, yeah, we ain't swapping wheels. They just made a big wheel.
Nice. Yeah, it was on like 20. Was it 24s or 26s?
24s probably. I think it was 24s.
I think they were 24s. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was hilarious because they the first day they came out, they had the big wheels on the front and they had slicks in the back. And it did a wheelie like a little bit, like it kind of picked the left front up. And then they came out the second day and were like, they put skinnies on the front and the slicks on the back, and the thing just was wild. Like it like picked it up, he spun while it was in the air, dropped it, and came back up, like, all over the place.
Yes.
And went down and talked to him. He's like, yeah, we tried to turn it up, and it didn't work. And I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it worked great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. I was like, it did what it was supposed to. And it ran like a 5 something in the 8th. Like it was, it was pretty quick. And then
I bet that surprised a ton of people.
Yeah, no, that thing makes some steam out the back door. It is impressive. And like it was doing all the crazy stuff running 5s. So I'm like, you guys, like you get that dialed in, it's gonna be fast.
Yep.
But they got down to the I think it was the 4th day or something. They just ran it on the big wheels and it was like a 7, but it was still running 7s on something that you're not getting any traction at all. You left so light and just like cruised up and then hit it, and it was just freight training out the back door. So
that's cool.
That was really cool. We had a Pontiac, a Firebird that was really clean. Apparently, the owner, she was that was like her dream car, and they bought it bone stock. I mean, super beautiful car. They went to a drag and drive event. I think it was a Street-N-Yeet like a year ago, and she was like, "I want a drag and drive car." So they took the absolutely pristine car that they had and LS swapped it and turned it into a drag.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And it's still really clean. It was a good looking car and everything. And they were just out there having fun. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was like super fast or anything, but like it was a lot faster than it would have been stock.
Oh
and to see them having such a good time was a lot of fun. Had a couple Ford powered Fords, which was a little different. We always see the LS stuff, so saw some of those. I mean there was a lot of really cool stuff there, just depending on your taste and what you wanted to see, obviously. But
right. Well, what about some of the like roadside repairs? You catch any of that fun stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a little spread out with there being a little bit lower car count, so we didn't get to see as much on the road, but I definitely got to hear a lot of stories of what happened.
Yeah.
So one of them, I got to see. We were going down the interstate just cruising, and 3 cars pull over. One of the Chevys had lost an alternator on the side of the road. It was still running, but he wasn't charging and everything. So we pulled over and we were like, "Oh, we're gonna try to fix it here." And they're like, "Nah," and they just hopped back in the car and started driving. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay. Dang it.
Like, whatever. But they apparently they found a guy that rebuilt he rebuilt alternators and worked on them, and he just helped him out. Like had a shop that was full of stuff and helped him out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like rebuilt their own alternator. Normally, you're thinking like, oh, you're just
Yeah.
gonna buy an alternator and throw it on there. No, no, no. They rebuilt it. It's like,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah, Duck Hunter says that was us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How cool.
And so that was pretty sweet. Um, had a couple. One of the GMC trucks blew a drive shaft the first day, like
Mm.
completely just gone, and they welded it up right there, and then just threw it back together and went and made another pass. And just like,
Oh
they
man,
had the thing
that's
back
that's not
together.
ever a good idea. They
They
want
drove the
some
whole week.
driveline. You want some driveline vibration? That's how you do it, right there.
I
That's
don't.
cool though.
Yeah, I don't know if they. I heard they welded it up. I don't know if they might
Yeah,
have taken it somewhere to balance it or something. But
yeah.
I mean, they had it
Surely,
ready in like an hour
surely,
and a half. It was
that's awesome.
it was dumb. I was like, how?
Yeah,
But apparently that's a common thing for them just to break drive shafts. And I'm like, I don't. I guess that's a good fuse, maybe. I
yeah,
don't. But
yep.
then the Ute. I don't know if you guys saw that there was a Ute there.
Uh-uh.
SPC Tools, I believe. They had a Ute that was their like demo car or whatever. They were running it, and they broke two pinions out of it. It was wild.
How do you do that?
I,
I guess you
um,
hit it with all the beans, and then it just
yeah,
says, "I'm not staying here."
they. I think they figured out the problem. It was so they broke it the first day, and then they got it fixed, or they found somebody with a new third member for a 9 inch, had a 9 inch.
Hmm.
They swapped the third member out, and then like I think they made a light hit on the second day, drove it to the next track, and then the first hit that they actually went for broke another one. Um, but they found out that their drive shaft was too long, so when they put it in, they were having to like pry it in and everything, so it was putting too much pressure on it and it was binding.
Uh,
So whenever it launched in that bind, it just snapped,
yeah,
which was impressive that they snapped the pinion, not the drive shaft, but it
yeah,
was a carbon fiber drive shaft and everything, and it held, and that was impressive in itself that it didn't, that didn't.
right.
But
That's awesome. Well, another few minutes here, and then we got to move on. And we will have you on later. I think we'll probably do maybe the Wednesday after the circuit. Have you back on, tell other stories, because
yeah,
obviously
absolutely.
the news is a little faster. Why don't you give us your favorite route stop of the week?
Favorite route stop. I really like Buc-ee's because I'm just a big fan of Buc-ee's.
Yep.
But that was a lot of fun because everybody was just hanging out there. We actually had guys pulling chairs out, sitting beside their trailers, eating food,
Nice.
and just hanging out. So that was really cool. We actually had like two separate groups because Buc-ee's is so big. We had them on opposite sides. Nobody knew where to park, so it was like everybody's spread out. So I got on the scooter, was riding around, going checking everybody out and seeing everybody. That was a lot of fun. And then CPR was pretty cool too. That
Yeah,
was
to actually be in a speed shop.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
it
was really
was.
cool.
Yeah, and a lot of people were buying parts. The guys with the red Mustang, Sean and them, they actually bought a Holly system, like a Holly ECU with the
Yeah,
wireless harness and everything for an LS. They
yeah,
don't have an LS, like it's a turbo small block Ford,
yeah.
and they bought that there, and then at the track that night they swapped it over, and
Yeah, I think they said it was like 12 hours worth of work or something crazy
yeah,
to
I
get
think
it all done.
we started at like 9 because I was there. Like I showed up with them. I was hanging out with them
Hmm.
that night, and I think we started at 9 p.m., worked until 5 a.m., pushed the car out of the way, got up at. I think they started working on it like 10 a.m., and then it was running at 5 p.m. the next day. I think
Dude,
something like
that's crazy to
that. So,
swap over a complete ECU and everything. I mean, engine wiring harness and everything.
yeah, it
All right,
was
dude.
a little sketchy.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to have them on and tell that story. Well, tell everybody again where they can find you, and we're going to kick you out of here.
Absolutely. You guys go to 3G Video on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Definitely go check it out on YouTube. Subscribe. No.
Right,
And
all the stuff.
yes,
Like, share, subscribe.
absolutely. And then 3gvideo.net to see the portfolio of all pictures and such from the different events. So,
Yeah, great stuff, dude. Thank you very much. We'll have you on soon, and we'll see you next weekend at the
yes,
circuit.
we will.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I'm
yeah.
looking
So,
forward to it.
yeah, if you
Yep.
guys haven't purchased your photo package, obviously Jesse Fox is a great option there for sure. All right, dude. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
See
See
you.
ya.
Awesome, man. Love that guy. He's so fun, and I really appreciate him letting me ride in Benny that week. It was a great time. All right, let's run through the recap of Southeast Street-N-Yeet, and then we'll jump into the Howard's cams. We're going to go over a little bit today, I guess. All
All
right,
right.
so the team put on. It looks like a crazy great event. Social media was all over, on point all week. There's a ton of racers posting, which is always a good plus. Um, I am really sad that I did miss that event. It was I'm going to have to go to one of those, and I intend to go in November, maybe. Hopefully, we'll see. Devin will be on again, like I said earlier, Wednesday night on the Drag and Drive show. We're going to talk to him. He's got updates for the November event, and we'll obviously do a recap of this last week's event. So we're updating the Drag and Drive racer lists that are presented by Summit Racing. Once I receive the breakout of all the passes and things like that from them. And then that will, we're going to do a national. So we have the top 25 235 list, and then we'll also add a top 25 275 plus list that is 8th mile as well for national events. So this is really kind of when things will start morphing on the dragondrive.com page, because we'll have national level events, regional level events from across the world. We're getting all the updates from all the events from everywhere in the world. So we're not just US anymore, US and Canada. We're everybody. If somebody has a Drag and Drive event, we want to know about it. We want to bring those racers some, I don't know, we want to reward them with their hard work. One of the biggest benefits to hosting an 8th mile event in the Carolinas is the abundance of tracks. And the 4th day track was actually only like 35 miles from the track they started and ended at. So it was going to rain again, like it rained in November. So they actually ran they ran 2 tracks in one day to finish out the event. Now, that is big boy stuff right there. I'm telling you, I can't imagine what it takes to be a racer, make a pass that morning, make a pass you're happy with. That's the other thing. Not just make a pass, make a pass you're happy with, change the car back over, and then drive. I think Jesse said it was like 35 or 40 miles to the next track. So we're going to talk to Devin about that too on Wednesday night, and then go and make passes again. So you're getting late in the week. Time, your brain is mush. Now you've got to go make more passes in the same day. So that would be a very, very hard challenge. Let me get the stuff pulled up here for the pictures.
Devin's in the chat here too. He said, "You think that's rough? Wait till you see what we're going to do in November."
I like it. I like it. I like what he's got planned. That's exciting. Oh man, I turned off the share screen. Hang on just a second.
And Ken says he'll be in touch very soon about the UK 3-day event.
Yes.
Getting near 50 entrants now.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, congratulations to the unlimited winner of Southeast Street-N-Yeet, Mark Manor. 549 average. I love this car. I mean, I've always been a big Chevelle guy, but this car is one of my favorites. I love the bumper exit and all that kind of stuff. So 549 average. I think you made a best pass of a 543 or 538. I can't remember. Limited class was won by Steve Salvati. Let's say that maybe correctly, with a 541 average, but he barely beat Ed Shores, which is another favorite car of mine, with a 543 average. So 0.02 average difference there. It's pretty cool between first and second. Yeet Stick, which is their stick shift class, which I think we're going to see a lot more of that as we move forward. Michael Strausser with a 604. Our buddy Taylor Hedrick was actually leading that class the first 2 days, but broke one axle, maybe broke 2 axles because of tire shake. So said he had never had that in the past, and so he was like, "I'm not going to risk it," in a post that I saw from him. So 604 average for Michael here, and then Tiny Tire, our friend Anthony Harville, 608 average on a 235. Come on, I love it. I love the 235 racing. Again, we are having a 235 only list for 2023.
And I've got a soft spot for wagons. So,
I mean, yeah, if you don't like this wagon, there's something wrong with you. I think it's LTD. I don't know. Somebody will correct me in the chat. Bobby Admire, who is a repeat winner, won the Dial Your Own class. And I didn't catch the difference in his dial in and his average, but I know it was very, very tight. So congratulations to him. And that is 2 Southeast Street-N-Yeets that he's won the Dial Your Own class. So it's a way to go, dude. That's
Anthony
exciting.
Here checking in too.
Nice. Did he say it's a LTD or sorry, I've got my screen covered.
Nope. Nope. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just did. He said it's an LTD.
Hey, winning. I just want to congratulate again all the racers that survived the Southeast Street-N-Yeet Drag and Drive, and congratulations to all the winners. And again, we'll recap all of that stuff with Devin on Wednesday night. Probably have him on as our second guest in case we run long. I don't know if you've ever talked to Devin, but he does run a little long sometimes. So
He said first and second were both .000 on their dial.
geez, that is insane. That is insane.
It was decided by who had the faster ET.
Wow,
That's
pretty.
cool.
That's pretty intense. And that, I mean, that's probably the best way you can do it. That or a coin flip, I guess. That's 2 out of 3 coin flip. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into the Howard's Cam comedy section, comedy segment. The best memes from our favorite cam company. Did you know that Howard's Cam's been around since 1945?
I actually did know that.
That's crazy.
It's
crazy. Well, obviously, this whole thing came about because our friend Luke B in tech support called, and he's the guy you're going to talk to if you need cam stuff. If you need valve train, they actually make rotating assemblies and things like that. And you can find all of that stuff at howardscams.com, or our good friends at Summit Racing carry all of that stuff as well. But I would say reach out to Luke B at Howard's Cams. That is his email address as well, Luke B at howardscams.com. If you have some questions for him, he is a part of Howard's Cams is a part of this because of Luke and because of the Drag and Drive community and the Ranger that he's building. So we certainly appreciate them coming on board. Let me get the memes pulled up here. We've got a couple good ones here. I'm going to let you run with this, and you'll read them through us as we go here. All right.
Yep. Sounds good.
Almost there. Sorry. I got to quit closing the screen, man. I got to quit doing that. I'll get better at this as we go. There we go.
All right. First one here. When you take the 302 to the drag strip and unleash all 106 ponies.
Yeah, this is a good one because this is 100% true. Letter cam, Fox bodies, 18 second cars.
Driving to the track without a savings, maxed out credit cards, and no health insurance, but knowing you'll have IG content for Monday.
Now, I know Jesse's still in the back. That one's for you, sir.
When the carburetor needs a tuning, you got your New Balance and a screwdriver. What else do you need?
Yeah, that's the original high-tech stuff right there.
Holding it to the mat through every gear just because a bus driver made eye contact with me at a red light.
Now listen, if you don't leave the light showing out for the kids on the bus, you're an evil person. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
I think she wanted to race. That's all I knew.
Yeah. Yep.
Chassis cars sneaking into True Street.
Yeah, 100%.
When you hear someone across the room ask, "Whose car is that outside?"
You've made that face.
That's all of us.
Yeah.
When we hear that.
Mine is generally, "Can you please move that? Why do you have the cart here?"
This one's hilarious. No filter and filter.
Yeah.
That's the kind of filters we need in our lives.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
When you're stuck in a traffic jam, but there's a dog in the car next to you.
If you don't say hi, puppy, there's something wrong with you for sure.
Right. Me hopping out of the car after correcting a slight oversteer in the rain.
Go, Speed Racer, go.
And this is all of us right here.
Yeah.
I'm spending my tax return on car parts. Change my mind.
Yeah. Sorry, honey, we didn't get much back this year.
She said she belongs to the streets. I said, baby, I am the streets. This one, anybody in the chat, what do you think this guy is buying at Advanced Auto Parts?
I guarantee you it's not an oil filter. This is the kind of dude that goes to the junkyard and looks for new oil filters on cars.
And I don't think he's getting a full door at Advanced Auto Parts.
No, maybe a window. I don't know. Maybe more duct tape. You think he tapes this closed when it rains? Probably not.
I mean, I know a guy that taped himself into a cart and drove for quite a while.
Yeah. Go 4 hours in 31-degree weather. Yeah. That guy was an idiot. Is an idiot.
Your trans builder, when he sees you doing 7,500 RPM, 1-2 shift, wide open throttle in the water box.
Yeah. Yeah. He hates me. I know he does. This one, I stole this one from Jonathan Stonecipher.
Yep. The wife giving you permission to go racing with the boys while the boys are watching you. Please.
Yep. And then there's the Street-N-Yeet stuff. Cool. Well, certainly appreciate everybody today watching. Y'all, we are actually over just a little bit here. We're going to get better at the news, I promise. The stuff is coming. Eric and I were talking about it beforehand. We're going to talk about it a little bit after this. I'm excited about what the next, like I said, 13 weeks, we've got 7 events. It's going to be pretty intense what's coming up. So,
and what's the plan for next Saturday while we're at the circuit?
We're going live, baby.
All right.
Yeah. So we should be able, we'll be racing Friday. So we'll have updates for times and, where people are standing going into Saturday's drive, because Saturday's drive is going to be a big one. It's like 225 miles. There is probably 130 miles of Route 66 that we'll take through Kansas and Oklahoma. One of our route stops has cars on the route in Galena, Kansas, which was like the Radiator Springs inspiration. So it's exciting to see that, and I'm ready for all of these cars because it's going to be different. A lot of times veteran drag and drive racers are used to making their passes, getting their car changed over and hitting the road. This year, they really don't need to do that for this event. Now, we will for 2024, but not for 2023. So technically, we can all hang out, kind of spend some time at the track talking to folks. This will be a very relaxed event compared to a normal drag and drive. So the plan is to race Friday and then drive to Northwest Arkansas and have a route stop at the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter. Stay there for a little bit. I'm actually going right after this and buying the ice cream that we'll be handing out to racers and co-pilots and things like that. So we're going to do that, and it'll just be a nice laid back, relaxed day. We've got, of course, cars on the route. We've got Big Brutus, which is the world's largest electric shovel. Not that that matters, but it's real. Like, people don't understand how big it is when you look at the pictures and all that kind of stuff. This thing is like, the interior is like 30 feet tall. Like, standing inside of it, you realize how big it is. So it's pretty cool to be able to climb all over that and all the, other dredging and shoveling material and tools and all that kind of stuff they have. So it'll be a good route stop. It's out in the middle of Kansas, so that'll be fun. And then, of course, foil for a vintage gas station that they're actually right in the middle of remodeling, but I needed the route to go that way so we can come in the backside of the children's shelter. So anyways, going to be a good time. And I don't think these people are ready for 125 cars to be coming down through there. So we have had some folks fall off, and we've added some folks. So I should be getting those pictures up this week as we go. So the circuit, if you're not following it on Facebook, the circuit, there is an event for just literally the circuit. And then there's the circuit Charity with Horsepower, which is the group we put on. So
Pat says, but will they let me put the Grom in the bucket of Big Brutus?
Listen, we can probably fit one of the cars. I know Steven's MG would fit in the bucket. So it would move. I think it was like 1,550 tons or something like that every scoop. It's absolutely insane to think about what it is capable of moving. And obviously it's decommissioned now, but anyways, well, cool. Well, guys, thank you very much. Again, you can find your merch at dragonDrive.com/shop. And then we'll see everybody Wednesday night with Greg Jones from Engine Builder Magazine, which is going to be cool. We're going to talk about what they think about all of this drag and drive stuff as far as engine performance and things like that. And of course, Devin Vanderhoof, which I've said about 87 times now, is going to be on Wednesday. So, all right, guys, thanks a bunch. Appreciate it. We will see you guys next time.
Yep. See ya.
Cool.